IG, there are not a few who believe that the pace at which the Interpol International and Interpol Nigeria are working is quite interesting. They point to the fact that Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the proscribed group, IPOB, he didn't take long for them to grab him from the same Kenya and get him down to Nigeria, and he's facing justice now. That's why is this like a case of we're following process, diplomatic channels, etc., etc.
Believe me, I want to tell you I don't know what you are talking about. All I know...
You seem not to know exactly what we are talking about here.
No. You are bringing an issue that Interpol is not aware of. You know, let me define the role of Interpol so that you can understand. Interpol is an international police organization that assists law enforcement agencies within the 196 countries to look for a fugitive that runs or is hiding. And if you look at all the other fugitives that are brought to face justice in Nigeria, they have the link, those who are involved with Interpol. So I don't know I don't want to talk about issue of Kanu, who brought him back to Nigeria. I'm not aware how he was brought back to Nigeria or how he came into Nigeria. Interpol is not aware. We stated this long time ago, and we made it categorically clear. So it's not a question. There are what we call police-to-police relationship, international police cooperation. Another police, it does not necessarily bring Interpol. If one police and another exchange a suspect is running from them, they can have an international police cooperation that out of the scope of Interpol. But however, if a notice is given to an individual, like blue notices, when the inmates in Kuje prison escaped, we did a biometric capture of those suspects, and we shared it with international communities. We shared it with our law enforcement agencies. Many of them were re-apprehended because we have their biometrics. Now, in the issue of red notice, where a red notice is issued under the federal court that issued that notice of arrest, that is warrant of arrest for such international, it will go to the Interpol, we'll process it, we'll look at it, we'll look at the charges, and then we'll issue a red notice. On that red notice, we bring back the culprit to face justice because all the 196 countries will be looking for that individual.
We'd sincerely like to thank you, retired Assistant Inspector General of Police, Garba Umar, who is currently the Vice President of Interpol Africa Region. Thank you, sir, for coming on the News Hour.
Thank you for having me.
Self-determination. Self-determination is not regarded as a crime in any nation of the world, including Nigeria, under Article 20 of Nigerian law, that's some African Charter, Article 20. Now, Kenya has a companion law. United Nations has a companion law. So when you take anybody to any court in any country in the world, and you tell that court, I want him in my country because he wants Biafra, they will tell you to go to hell. You're a kidnapper extraordinary, whether you are government or not. You're a rogue. You should not try anybody in court for wanting to not to belong, for wanting a separate nation. That's how Nigeria was founded, for God's sake, in 1960. Is it not? It's self-determination. That was how Midwest region was created in 1963. Is it not? That's how Nigeria lost Southern Cameroons to Cameroon. Is it not? Is that called referendum or plebiscite? And that's how Nigeria gained Adamawa, the former Southern province of Cameroons, into northern Nigeria. So why should that of Biafra be different? It's only a crime in Nigeria. IPOB is only a terrorist organization in Nigeria, but not a terrorist organization all over the world. That needs to tell you folks something. That is why Nigeria dodged and went by night, ambushed Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and kidnapped him. We cannot take a government to criminal court and jail a government, but we can call a government to answer to the civil courts of this country. There are courts in this country, so Nigerian government must answer to this court, like I argued before the court, upon.
Well, what you must know is that Nnamdi Kanu is being held hostage on behalf of the famed unity of Nigeria. That's what it's all about. It's as simple as that. If you mention his name in certain circles, they don't want to hear it because they feel like he threatens the real estate called Nigeria. And his Igbo makes it worse because Nigeria's DNA hates the Igbo for attempting, in the 60s and, towards the end of the 70s, to leave a country they said is no longer favorable to their existence. But I keep saying, and I will repeat here again, is there any Nigerian out there in their majority who has not mentally seceded from Nigeria? Not many. That's why people are living in droves. Each time you get on a plane leaving this country is full, each time it's coming back, probably full too, but it is those who are coming back to pack their things that are coming back. That's the way I describe it. But the truth is that Nnamdi Kanu has been held hostage. He was abducted from Kenya, extraordinary rendition. The fact that he's kidnapped from Kenya could not be explained shows that any judicial pronouncement or processes after that is null and void. You cannot go and kidnap somebody and bring them before a court. And the courts have made it very clear, even up to the Supreme Court, that he did not jump bail. It was the military that went to his house to kill people, and then he escaped. And now you have brought him back, you ought to respect and restore his bail. That's what I told his lawyers. Why are you applying for bail again? Because the Supreme Court made all the pronouncements except releasing him. And I think it was because they were afraid. And that's why I said he's a hostage to this country. And like you rightly said, there are other people who have made even more egregious pronouncements and fought and carried arms in this country. And you have not treated them the same way because they're not Nnamdi Kanu's, their name don't sound East. And I'm not here to fetish being able. But the reality is that they are not treated fairly. And Nnamdi Kanu is part of the reason why that is clear to everybody.
Right.
And by the way, I must also reveal here that there are some Igbo elites who are behind this. Whenever there's a crime of conspiracy against freedom fighters, there are people inside and outside who are working together.
The court is also entitled to change its mind as well, depending on the strength of the argument.
Thank you.
So we hope that they'll change their mind.
They are using it to do experiments against SS.
Exactly. So there is no way we're going to allow that to happen. My rights must be respected. It's important. My right to fair hearing must be observed and obeyed.
Understand that. They brought him to Kenya into this talk and allow him to talk with that.
You were talking about your health condition. What exactly is wrong with you, sir?
I have congenital heart failure. Congestive heart failure is called. From the medication, you can tell. So they're basically trying to keep me alive. So that when they calculate that I'm about to give up, that my heart is about to pack up, they will now say go. So when I go outside, I will die outside. That's what they're trying to do.
The medications they've been giving to you, has it not been working?
It's not working. If it's working, why would I have all these lumps underneath my...
And he has written a petition to the Nigerian Medical Association where they brought one quack doctor, somebody who is not a doctor, to treat him.
To come and try and treat me.
But up to now, they have not...
They don't know what they're doing. And they know they don't know what they're doing. Or else, why would I have this?
As long as it remains in DSS custody, there won't
be no trial.
So what is your application for the court?
Is seeking for a non-custodial arrangement by the court.
You said house arrest.
Exactly. I don't mind house arrest because I'll defeat them. In this court, I'll defeat the government of Nigeria. Yeah. The whole world will see it. Where is the treasonable felon? Where is it? All these years, journalists are shouting, treasonable, treason. What's the treason today? It's gone. The same way this terrorism charge will go. I'm thinking of another capital offense that can charge me with. Maybe, I don't know, impregnating the wife of somebody. I don't know what other thing they're going to charge me. Are you saying you are innocent of all these charges? The federal government, they know I'm not guilty. My only guilt is that I'm fighting for my people. And I will fight for them.
Okay, sir, last
for justice and fairness and equity everywhere.
Last question. Has your family been able to...
Anybody using IPOB to commit crime is a criminal. It's not part of this family. Our family is based on 4 cardinal points. You must be without fear before your enemies. You must speak the truth always, even if it leads to your death. You must help the poor and those who cannot help themselves, and be of good character that God may love thee. That's who we are.
So what will be your words to those out there in the East who are killing in the name of IPOB?
That they are criminals. They are criminals. They are not part of this family. We are called a family for a reason. We've come to serve our people, not to enslave them. Anybody conducting any type of activity that contravenes the welfare of our people is a criminal and must be dealt with.
Thank you very much, sir.
Any form of violence or subversion in the name of Biafra is not part of this family. Our family is noble. It's called IPOB. It's all over the world.
So you condemn anything that has to do with killing?
In total, why would I kill? And violence. People have sacrificed my parents for them. Why would I want to kill any other person after that?
So anybody who's committing crime in the name of IPOB
is a criminal.
When people demand water, they get shot at and killed by the government. When people demand better living conditions, the response of the state is to kill those people. We're fighting against that. When the students demand free education, they get locked up by the regime.
Asị ka ọ bụ nke a ndị ji asị na-eri nri ịgbara ndị Fulani odibo nchi iwu osote onye isi n'obodo Nigeria ọ mgbe m nọ n'ụlọ ikoni ka m ga-etinye ha n'aka akwụkwọ si ha agaghị m emezi Biafra ọzọ unu bịa ka mgbara unu odibo ka ndị ọzọ si agbara ha odibo ha rịọrọ m njụ nsị na aga m ahapụ nwere onwe a na-azọ kwee n'ihi ndị ya niile maka ọdịmma nke ha nwa na nke ụmụ ha ma nke ụmụ ha ga-abịa n'ihi na agwara m ha okwu m si ha oge mgbe Zik a na-agwa Zik mgbe ọ na-eji ike na-akọwara Zik si ya na ebe ị na-aga n'ụzọ adịghị ya ọ na-efe isi kpakakpaka mba ọwọ Naijiria ka anyị gaa n'ihu lekwa ọnọdụ anyị n'ụbọchị nke taa na-akọwakwara ndị ya sị ha ihe a Zik mere mgbe mbụ tinye anyị na ụmị anyị nọ n'ime ya n'ụbọchị nke taa ọkwa ihe unu na-eme kedu ụzọ nwanne Nnamdi Kanu si na-eme ya na-emeju ya unu kọwara m ka m ghọta na m sị ma unu arụghị ogbe nke abụọ gafere River Niger na unu ga-arụ okporo ụzọ unu ga-emezi ebe niile ebe ụmụaka na-agụ akwụkwọ ọ ga-emezi emezi ọma mma ụlọ ọgwụ a ga-arụzi ya arụzi a ga-enwe ọkụ mmiri ga na-agba ọ ga-adịrị onye ihu na mma dịrị onye azụ na mma kedu ụzọ m si mejọ ndị dị etu a asị m na ụzọ m si na-eme ya na ọ dịghị mma njọ ha sị ya mbụ ngwa agha onwenye m gbara egbe onwenye m gburu mma onwenye m gbara ụta akwa sọsọ ozi ọma Chineke si mgbasa n'igwe okwu ka m na-agbasa kezie ka o si metụta unu ọ bụ gịnị mere unu a na-asị ka akpọta Nnamdi Kanu ka egbuo ya ọha na eze na ndị gọvanọ ọkwa na gịnị mere ndị herdsmen na-egbusi ndị mmadụ n'ugwu Awụsa ndị gọvanọ ha n'ugwu Awụsa kpọbe ka abịa gbusie ha inu anunugo na onwe onye na-achị ugwu Awụsa gọvanọ pụtara sị ka egbusie ndị herdsmen unu anunugo na onwe onye Yoruba pụtara sị ka egbusie ndị OPC ọgwụ na sọsọ ndị Igbo n'ihi na unu na-agbalịka alịka kunu ga-agbara ndị Fulani odibo onye pụta sị ka agbara Fulani odibo onye nsị na mụnwa agbọ Nnamdi Kanu agaghị m agbara Fulani odibo ha nwere ha kwesịrị gbara m odibo ihe na-esere mụ na ihe na-eme na ndị be anyị wụ na ha na-aghọtachi anyị na-eme ọfụma iji ọha ha sịra m chọrọ ikewapụ Biafra n'ime Nigeria na ọ bụghị ihe ziri ezi na iwu obodo ha akwadoghị ya nna ajụ ha sị ya ke ụzọ chọrọ isi imi ya asị na ọwụ ka aga mee ntuli aka elu anyị bịanyecha aka atụcha vootu aga na ebe a na-eme iwu anọrọ akpa ya ekwekọrịta anyị gawa n'iru njụọ ha ndị na-eme iwu obodo Naijiria mmadụ ole si Kano steeti pụta 44 44 ọ bụ mmadụ ole na-emekwe n'iwu a si Abia Imo na Bayelsa pụta ha erughị sọsọ Kano steeti ọ bụzi ụzọ dị aṅaa ka ị ga-esi wee nweta ihe a ibu n'obi ebe ndị ọwa anyị na ha na-awụ nọchiri egwuru agara agbachi ụzọ nọchi ebe niile efe adịghị ụzọ adịghị obere ihe unu kwesịrị ịrụ unu anaghị arụ ya nwatakịrị ihe wụ ogbe nkịtị ebe na-ebute mmanụ na-ebute ukoro ọkụ ike a na-ebupụ na-akpata ego bekee wee na-eri ndị ugwu Awụsa ji na-eleta onwe ha mma wụnaba anyị ka o si bịa okporo ụzọ nkịtị na Amaru Ọnịcha ruo Enugu kezi ihe ọzọ ị na-akọwara m ọ bụ gịnị ka imepụta gworo oge eme m ga-eji wee nwee ntụkwasị obi ebe ị nọ n'ihe ị na-ekwu na ị ga-emenwu ya na ọ wụ eziokwu ihe IPOB na-abakwa nnupụ isi ka anyị na-enupụ isi akwenekwa na-ekwu na ilu a na-atụ n'Igbo a sị mgbe ụfọdụ mgbe okorobịa nwekwana ka onye ara na-alụnye ya nwaanyị ọkwana ihe anyị na-eme na mmegbu anyị na-emegbu anyị na ọ karịala na ihe a na-eme anyị na ọ dịghị mma ekunye agbagbuo anyị ege ebe a akpọ ejide ebe anyị na-azụ ahịa laa ya n'iyi ha nwa na onwe ha enweghị ihe ha pụrụ ime ha niile na-agbara ndị Fulani odibo bịakwute nna gị okwesị nna gị okwu ana m enupụ isi nsị ha mụnwa wụ Nnamdi Kanu na magbara ha odibo uru ha bụ m ka mụ na ha mee ya ha ajụ ọhịa na-ese okwu onweghị ihe ọzọ
onye si na agata anya ahụhụ ma ọ bụ na anyị fe arụsị anyị wee na-efe arụsị iwe were iwe gị na ọnụma gị wee bịa leta anyị ụmụ anyị wee na-anwụsị ụfọdụ nọ n'ụzọ ije ha anaghị alọta ụlọ ọzọ nne na nna wee na-ata ahụhụ wee na-ata ikikere eze nwaanyị kunie ka ọ gaa ubi gaa rụọ ọrụ Fulani chiri ehi bata ebe ala gị niile n'iyi okwu ebepụ ya isi anyị bụ ka anyị kpọkwa onye nwe anyị n'ugwu Awụsa ahụ ejide anyị wee gbuo ihe ọbụla anyị mara aka n'ime ha si maka ha gaa n'ihu elekwa ọdụ ụgbọ mmiri n'igwe ọcha bụ ememiri agha nke dị na Kalaba otu aka ahụ anyị na-ala nsọ ebe Biafra bụ ndị kọstọm sokwenye anyị n'etiti anyị anọghị n'ime mmiri kama kọstọm juru ebe niile ha wee na-ata anyị ahụhụ anyị kwe sịpụta anyị ka kpọchie anyị kwe sịpụta anyị ka gbagbuo anyị onye nwe anyị na Chineke na nke bi n'igwe ọ bụ ụzọ dị anya ka isi wee hụ ndị iro anyị n'anya wee karịa ndị nke gị akwa anyị bụ ụmụ Chineke Akwaba anyị ka anyị na-aza. Akwaba anyị nọ na-aza Ikechukwu. Akwaba anyị nọ na-aza Amara Chineke. Akwaba anyị nọ na-aza Chisom. Akwaba anyị nọ na-aza Chizoba. Nna nke dị nsọ onye ime eluigwe dịka otu onye obi na anyị bụ ụmụ gị. Bịa ka iwe zọpụta anyị. Bịa ka iwe napụta anyị n'aka ọjọọ ihe. Bịa ka iwe lụọrọ anyị ọgụ. Bịa ka iwe tịtụ ozu. Ọ bụ ogo ụwa mgbe e milere Goliat. Chineke nna nke igwe wee memiri Fero. Sikwa otu a mee ka Fero bụ ọgụzọ n'ihu ụmụ ndị IPOB ka o wee taa akwụkwọ ikuni ọtọ ọzọ. Ị ga na-edu anyị n'ụzọ niile nke ezi omume. Ọ bụla adịghị na anyị na-aga ndagwurugwu onyinye ọnwụ. Ọ bụ oge ụnwa bụ ekekere eluigwe n'ụwa onye ọbụla kere gị nweghị mmalite nweghị ọgwụgwụ kama anyị onwe anyị kwa amakwa ahụ ofu ụbọchị anyị ga-anwụ n'ezie kama marakwa na okwu gị na-anọgide bụ mgbe ebighị ebi. Ọ bụ ya mere anyị ji were gị n'anya isi anyị wee na-asị nna nke dị nsọ bịa ka iwe gosi anyị Biafra na ndụ na-abụghị n'ọnwụ. Bịa ka iwe mee ka ebe gị na amara gị wee kpuchiri anyị ka uwe. Bịa ka iwe zọpụta ndị nke gị. Bịa ka iwe mee ka Biafra wee bịa ka anyị na-ewetụta na nsọpụrụ na ịja mma site n'aha gị onye bụ Chukwu nke abịa ma.
Ise. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening, Biafrans. All over the world, I welcome you all. Here on this noble platform, IPOB Western Cape Media TV. I thank you for being a supporter, a follower, movement, IPOB, for our quest to restore Biafra. Thank you for your support, as always. Whatever you know you can do for Biafra to be restored, go ahead and do it. This is the words from the mouth of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So I thank you for your support, for your prayers. Thank you for believing in us. Thank you for believing in our dream. Thank you for believing in our struggle. Thank you for everything. Thank you. Preserve and protect you from now until the end of days. He said, this is IPOB Western Cape Media TV. Here we speak nothing but the truth. We are fearless before our enemies. We are not here to represent any individual, but to represent it is Biafra today, tomorrow, and forever. And if you are offended by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB is here to restore Biafra, and we are not going to be swayed until Biafra is restored. This is IPOB Western Cape Media TV saying it the way it is. Yes, we say things the way they are because we are not afraid. We are fearless before our enemies
So we speak the truth and nothing but the truth. It does not matter how you feel about it. It does not matter whether it's hurts you or not. The truth that we cannot do without speaking the truth at all times. So if you listen to us now, knowing that you must always hear the truth, it does not matter who is involved. Continue to propagate the message of Biafra, which is the message of freedom, which is the message of Chukwuka Biama Premihenine. We can never lie to you. We don't have no reason to do so. We are children of Chukwuka Biama. So I welcome you once again to this program tonight. And I want you to know that we are live in all our social media platforms. You can view us through our Facebook, IPOB Western Cape. You can view us on our YouTube, which is IPOB Western Cape Media TV. You can also go to our X, formerly Twitter. We share the program. You can through there reach us live. So we are prepared to speak to you and to prepare to do that which is needful to bring the message of redemption to your doorstep. Please share the program as you are joining us. It is very important you are in share our program. If you are watching us now, if you are live in this program, please share the program. Comment, like. This is all you can do. We're not asking for too much. Share, like. That's all we are asking from you. And that is all you must do for you to help to spread the message of redemption, the message of freedom, which is the message of Biafra. And I bring greetings to you from my coordinator, Mazi Nnamdi. Does not suffer corruption. We are keeping awake. We are pushing. We are can to make sure that the gospel of truth, which our leader champion, does not matter where he is, whether he is in jail or not, we are here to propagate
problem, not stop us from doing what we came here to do this evening. With that, I am Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and I am your host by the special grace of Chukwu Kabiama I am Parklands Unit Coordinator. I am a Biafran. I believe in that cause. I believe in the story of Biafra, in the dream of Biafra, and I believe that as an Igbo man, I believe that Biafra is the only solution to our current problem. As a race, if you don't know, our race is being threatened. We stand on a very, very dangerous position as a race. And Nigeria is that dangerous Biafra to recover our lost glory. We need Biafra to recover our dignity. We need Biafra to recover our respect. Without being discussing with one of my comrades today, he told me a very sad story. He told me that you see all these, when you go to Igbo land, you see beautiful houses. He says that over 40% of those houses are empty. Nobody is living there. Our people has abandoned an Igbo. People has abandoned their ancestral homes. Some of our people, some of Igbo people today, their children can never go back to where their father is from. Immediately the father dies, that ends it. That lineage is wiped out. That is why today when you go to Igbo land, so many houses are empty. No occupant, nobody is there. Only mansion standing on its own. For how long shall we continue to run away from our ancestral land? For how long shall we continue to go in search of good life, in search of security, in search of peace of mind? Why we turn our back on our ancestral land? I want you to know that Biafra is the only solution to our problem. And early as you wake up, the earlier you wake up, the earlier you know this truth and accept it, the better for us all. There is difference between those who knows the truth and those who deny the truth. People know the truth but chose to deny the truth. The truth is, Ndi Igbo, we are gone as a race if Biafra did not come. You may decide to live in denial as long as you want, but truth must always stand and it will last forever. Today you live in abroad, you gave birth in abroad, all your children, some of them are in their teenage stage. Some of them has even gone past teenage. They are now full adults. Yet, not for once have they gone to their homes where they came from, so tribe, but have never marched on the soil. And you think that if you live tomorrow and die, that things will change. No, that will be the end of your lineage. So I believe that Biafra is the only solution, that is the only savior, at least
Ndi Igbo is Biafra. That is why I believe in it. That is why I joined. That is why I am using my little knowledge and effort to act. That is why I wish above all things that I may be alive to witness the coming of Biafra. That is why I pray that those our brothers who have decided to live in denial, that they may come back to accept the truth, that they are endangered species. Ndi Igbo, we are endangered species. The earlier we accept this, the better for us all. We must know this, that Biafra is the only solution. That is why I'm here today. That is why I continue to be here until I could not anymore. And lovers of freedom, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night to some of you, depend where you are watching us from this evening. So as you join us, please share and like the program. I keep repeating it because it's very, very important that I do. Today, on the court outing of our leader, today being 27th of October 2025, you may be listening to the fake Nigerian news agencies. Then you may never get the actual truth on what transpired in court today. If you continue to go to Nigerian newspapers, you may end up being misled. That is why we encourage our people to always follow us, because this platform is one of the platforms that brings concerning our leader. No news of our leader will pass without us bringing it to your notice. So the more you follow us, the more you know. And to the Nigerian fake news agencies, then you must always know that you will be misled. That is why we always make it as a duty to update you concerning everything that has to do with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We take our time to take you through, to run you through the new current development about him. So sit back and be patient with us as we take you from one point to another on what transpired in court today and the reactions that follows. As usual, the enemies are always here to try to distort the story surrounding our leader. Some of them are agents of propaganda, agents of confusion, agents of fear. They have so many weapons in which they use to operate. All their aims is to put fear in your heart and in the heart of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They try to manipulate and misinterpret the law of Nigeria in order to get over with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But the truth remains that we are not alone. Is with us, and he will never allow a mortal man to get it over with him. So we are always one step ahead of the Nigerian government and their manipulative judiciary, people that are assembled. The truth remains that the Yoruba race, the Yoruba, as the case may be, the Yoruba as a group of people can never win this battle. If you remember before, it was Fulani people that was fighting our Biafra. Today, it is now the turn of the Yoruba people to flex their muscles, but they are on the losing side. Is more prepared than them. So, before I continue, I want to use this opportunity to thank us. If you remember, few days ago, IPOB South Africa gathered here in Cape Town for a peace and unity convention. It was a very successful cause from all over South Africa, like eagles, landed in the soil of Cape Town, where men gathered to discuss the way forward of reconciliation, because you know the enemies tried their sustained woefully. Hence, we are here today to talk about how we came together and drank together, ate together, danced together, hug each other, kiss each other, and tell our different stories. All these things happened in Cape Town on the 23rd day of October 2025. I want to use the opportunity to thank all the hardcores, those that flew from the four corners of South Africa to Cape Town to honor the program we all agreed to host in Cape Town. I want to use this opportunity to thank our national acting coordinator. Our national acting coordinator, the person of Mazi Nnamdi. Mazi Nnamdi is a determined and is a hardcore IPOB. Mazi Nnamdi is the acting national coordinator, and I can assure you that he is doing his job diligently. I commend him. He was one of those that landed in Cape Town. He graced the occasion. He embraced peace. And today we can all say that South African IPOB are back. And we are enjoying the proceeds of peace that we all brokered here in Cape Town on the 23rd day of October 2023. Also, I want to use the opportunity to also thank the deputy national. I want to thank him because Mazi Emmanuel Okoye is a hardcore. We know him in Cape Town as a true believer. We chose him to represent this zone because we know he is capable to deliver. We know that he can never disappoint us. And that is why we sent him, and he is representing us in this capacity. Therefore, I want to thank him for his doggedness, for his resoluteness. I want to thank him for his contribution, for his effort. I want to thank him for everything he has done. Also thank the IPOB Western Cape representative in the person of Mazi Nnamdi. Yes, Mazi Nnamdi, I want to thank you because as always, you never disappoint us. Thank you for making yourself available for the program was a success. Thank you for hosting IPOB South Africa. Thank you, Mazi. As a coordinator of Western Cape, you made us proud as always. You never disappoint us. Also, the opportunity I want to use to thank our SADC Finance. Yes, in the person of Mother Gloria Alia. Mother Gloria Alia, as a lioness, she is worked around the clock. He made sure that every preparation that has to do with this convention was on course. She did not fail in any task given to her. In fact, she did more than expected of her. The SADC finance head, Mother Gloria Alia, I doff my cap for you. Thank you for making yourself available. Thank you for making sure that all logistics, everything that has to do with this program was on course. Thank you, Mother. It shall be well with you and your family. Your effort for the restoration of the kingdom of Chukwukabiama in this earth will never be in vain. I can assure you that. You will repeat. Your children and the children after them will repeat because you and your husband has indeed shown that two heads are better than one. Also, I want to thank all the people that came from, I cannot mention your names. I cannot mention yourself. You know what you did. You know how you contributed. The likes of Mazi Olewe, the likes of our diplomatic head, Mazi Okoro, is it Ikechukwu Okoro, thereabout, and the rest of them. I thank you. I thank you on Peace and Unity Convention a success. So I can assure you that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is proud of IPOB Western Cape. He sent a message to us. When we received the message, we ran with it. We made sure that we completed the message he sent us. And I know by now he might have heard about the successful Peace and Unity Convention held here in Cape Town by IPOB South Africa. And I know he is happy with us. So I thank you that made it possible. Those that could not come genuinely, something stopped you. I know. Chukwukabiama knows. May you all be blessed. The blessings we tapped must reach you because you wanted to come, but circumstances brought. I thank you all. The IPOB Western Cape, you did not fail those, your visitors. You are indeed a powerful host. You hosted IPOB South Africa, and you prove that when we come together, we can move mountain. Indeed, we moved mountain. I know that everyone who came for this convention was so happy that they came. And also I want to thank our barrister Ikechukwu Ono, our media head, IPOB media head. I want to thank you. I want to thank you for adding your experience for the occasion. You made it so colorful. Chukwu Kabiama continue to bless you, Mazi and Barrister Ikechukwu Onoah. We all, as we dance on that day here, so shall we all gather in Biafra and dance for the celebration, for the restoration of Biafra. Thank you all. So that is the update coming from South Africa IPOB convention held here in Cape Town on the 23rd of October 2023. If you missed it, you can go to our platform IPOB Western Cape Media TV and beginning to the end. So if in case you missed it and you would love to watch it, you can go there on our program IPOB Western Cape Media TV. Go there and you will see it. Then you watch it and now understood what I'm talking about. So now let's go to our proper topic of the day, which is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu court update. You remember that the last time I came, I updated you. I told you how Mazi Nnamdi Kanu decided to defend himself. He asked all his lawyers, sons, to step aside while he take the mantle of leadership. As a leader he is, he has taken the bull by the horn. The time for bullying his Lego team is over. He's now in charge and he's leading from the front as he promised. Now, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu took over his case to defend himself, and that did not go down well with some section of people. That also put fear to the hearts of some members of IPOB, those who don't have knowledge, in-depth knowledge when it comes to law and how courts works. We're so afraid. So many people ask questions. I myself, I was among those who were worried. I was worried and I asked questions. I know I got some answers. I just crossed my fingers. I believe, I trust my leader. I know what he's capable. I know that he has seen it, that this is exactly what he needs to do. I know. I believe in him. I trust him so much, 100%. I don't take anything away from him. He is more than capable to represent self. I just want to make sure that every loophole are covered. I don't trust the zoo. I know that Yoruba people are up to something. They have something up their sleeves. The Yoruba people want to do some abracadabra, but I just pray that Chukwu will continue to expose them, weaken their efforts, dislodge them, and disgrace them. That the Nigerian government, through Tinubu, assembled to bring injustice. I know that it does not matter how many people that gathered. The truth remains that they will surely fall for the sake of the child of Chukwu Kabiama, whom they have gathered against. So it does not matter how many meetings that the Yoruba as a people call. It does not matter how many conspiracies that they have. It does not matter their dubious characters that they exhibit all time. But they shall come in one way and scatter in many ways. Victory is of the Lord. Chukwuokike Abiyama holds the key. Just like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said today in court, he said that Chukwuokike is the Chukwuokike of justice. He is not Chukwuokike of injustice. He will not watch injustice be done to those who trust in him, to those who believe in him. Therefore, I just want you to know that no matter what happens, let us continue to believe in Chukwuokike Abiyama, that he will never allow the enemies, the Yoruba as a race, to get it over us. We are more than conquerors. We are children of Chukwuokike Abiyama. Let's go straight to the updates. Now, there was a press release. This press release was coming from one of the lawyers of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And what does he say? Now, I want to lay a foundation. What prompted this press release? Like I told you, the only place to get the right updates concerning our leader is in this platform. We make sure that we update you. We make sure that we bring every news that has to do with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You can attest to that. This is the only platform where you can see, or rather hear, about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu or what is happening to him. Now, the enemies try to distort the news. That was why today, when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu appeared in court, he was looking, asking for Nigerian news agency. He called them fake Nigerian news agency. He called them fake news agency of Nigeria. Therefore, so many people run to those places to try to feed themselves with what is happening. When you go to those places, I bet you will be deceived. You will never get the actual fact, the actual news, the stories as they are. It must be distorted here and there. That is why we made it very, very clear to you that here in this platform, we endeavor to bring the news surrounding our leader in a very straightforward way, without trying to distort the news. So, when the news broke this afternoon, one of the lawyers in Nigeria who came up around to write how Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is risking conviction and all that stuff. But before I get there, let me read this breaking news. I mean, this press release. It says, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu demands prosecution identify valid law behind charges. Abuja, October 27, 2025. Proceeding Republic of Nigeria versus Mazi Nnamdi Kanu took a decisive turn today before Injustice James Omotosho of the Federal High Court, Abuja. During the hearing, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who appeared in person, firmly maintained that there is no valid law against him, despite repeated cajoling and pressure from the judge and the prosecution team led by Chief Adeboyega Awomolo. son, Carlo insisted that the nailed silk should read into the record or restate the law under which he is being charged and asked to enter a defense. Chief Awomolo's son was unable to identify any existing legal provision creating the offense alleged against Carlo, effectively confirming the defendant's long-standing position that the entire proceeding lacks a legal foundation. Justice Omotosho, in response, directed Mazi to file a written address within 4 days on the validity of the charge and serve same on the prosecution. The court expressly resisted all attempts by the prosecution to convert the forthcoming address into a final defense address, emphasizing that the issue before the court remains the validity of the charge itself, not the merit of any defense. Today's development underscores Mazi Kanu's unyielding stance that his continued trial constitutes an unlawful process being anchored on no known or valid law. His position remains clear. There can be no defense where there is no valid charge. As soon as the court or prosecution team identify any known law that is extant and subsisting in Nigerians' corpus juris, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will enter his defense and witnesses he listed will be called Onyekachi Ifedi, Esquire, in court for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu Global Defense Consortium. Now, as you know, there was going on in court since God knows when. Na okenye ahụ nwe okenye arụrụ ala. Now, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been pointing out on a particular issue. You know, when all these shenanigans started, it was based on accelerated trial. In that accelerated trial, there was underscored something that to make their case against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And immediately is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu storm. The injustice of James Omotosho gave Mazi Nnamdi Kanu only but 6 days to prepare paymasters, I mean the Nigerian government, his employees, he forgot or he failed to listen to the complaints or to the motions filed by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu legal team. Just like during the time of Binta Nyako, she became indifferent, as the Supreme Court and the Appeal Court put it, that the trial judge, Binta Nyako, was indifferent to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Therefore, she was asked to recuse herself from this case. This same judge, Justice James Omotosho, is towing the same path today. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been pointing out five motions, saying that the charges against him, law. What is a repealed law? Let's ask Google. What does it mean when you say, when you made that reference and said a repealed law? What is the meaning? Now, according to the Google I opened, Google said to repeal a law means to officially revoke or cancel it through legislative action. Removing it from the statute book. This of length or bypassing a bill that annuls provisions of existing legislation. A repeal law can be total, removing the entire law, or partial, removing specific parts or sections. So this is part of it. So if you go down, then he's trying to explain more in details. But I just wanted you to know and understand what it means when you say law is repealed. It means that that law has been shortchanged. That law has been revoked. That law has been cancelled. That law has been replaced with a new law. Just like before, some countries used to have what is called capital punishment. But today, they no more practice capital punishment. So it will be crazy when you charge someone to court and your intention is based on capital punishment. When that particular law has been removed, replaced with maybe what's it called? Life imprisonment. So it becomes strange when a judge is based in, or when charges are based on capital punishment, when the state has already replaced that law, they have repealed it and replaced it with life imprisonment, which is a newer law. Now in Nigeria, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is telling this judge, this Justice Omotosho, that all his charges were based on a repealed law, which was 2013. That there is a new law replacing this particular charge, this law of 2013, which is based on, which is 2022, repealed. That law was repealed and replaced. Instead of this judge to look at it and make a lawful pronouncement based on that, he tried to play smart. He pretends as if he does not understand what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is saying. This judge does not want to give Mazi Nnamdi Kanu fair trial, and that is why he decided to proceed with charges that is based on a repealed law that does not have effect anymore. So Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is saying, on what basis? How can you judge this case based on a repeal law? That you have to look into it, you have to review your stand. This judge is still pretending that he does not understand. All he wants Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to do is to put up a defense. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is asking him or them, how can I put a defense based on an expired law? It's not possible. I'm not going to open a defense based on a repealed law. That after going through the charges, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu found out that he does not even have any case to answer, because all the charges were not valid. They were nullity, completely nullity. There is no charges that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will answer in those charges. They are not, they are fake. There are even some fake forged documents. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is asking a question. And they are using intimidation. They are trying to use intimidation to intimidate him into standing a trial based on a repealed law. Now you ask Injustice Omotosho, if you were in the shoes of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, would you put up a defense on a charges that is based on a repealed law, on a revoked law, on a cancelled law, on a thrashed out law? Would you? What is justice? Does justice have ethnicity? Does justice have a name? Why would you be selective in your judgment? You said you want to give a fair trial, that you are free, that you are independent, that no one is controlling you or telling you what to do, that you are man enough to give an impartial judgment. But in the whole process, you have proven wrong. You have shown that you are not going to deliver fair trial. You've shown that you're not going to deliver justice to this case. And I believe that very soon you'll will also be asked to recuse yourself from this case. Because this injustice, James Omotosho, he does not want to give credible justice. Now, I want to also read one of the things I saw on social media. And like I told you, they came out to put up, a series of fake interpretation of what happened in court. Some of the Nigerian lawyers who could not even interpret their own laws properly. I don't know how, if you cannot interpret Nigerian law, how you're going to represent people when they contract you. I don't understand. I really don't understand. Seriously. A lawyer should be able to interpret the law of the land. Why are you confusing? Why? Now this person is addressing one barrister, Ilebehe Effiong. Ilebehe Effiong is a barrister of the Nigerian. He has came out to make some comments that may negatively impact the process or demonize Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and his followers. Were, upbeat. They tried to put him through. Now, listen. This article says Nigerians are about to discover what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is all about in law. Barrister Ilebehe Effiong, in his piece about Kanu's approach, appears to have overlooked the foundational issues at the heart of Kanu's defense. Like I told you, you know what the foundational issue is? The repeal law. The repeal law. That is the bone of contention here. Just give me a minute. This thing is crazy, man. Okay, let me continue from where I can see. I don't understand what is happening. Including the, oh my gosh, I can't do this. Okay, sorry about that. Barrister Ilebehe Effiong, in his piece about Kanu's approach, appeared at the heart of Kanu's defense. The assertion that no valid charge exists within Nigeria's copious jurisdiction, including the overruling of his no-case submission by Justice Omotosho, void ab initio. Let me address this with clarity and precision, grounding and analysis in the legal framework, and offer a response that illuminates the flaw in this so-called lawyer's assessment. It's a pity. The commentator's assertion that Kanu's options are limited to opening a defense or resting on the prosecution's case misapprehends the procedural and substantive posture of this matter. Kanu's challenge is not a tactical gamble rooted of the prosecution's evidence, but a principled stand on the absence of a cognizable charge. The Supreme Court in Federal Government of Nigeria versus Kanu, SC/CR/1361/2022, declared the criminal of the Customs and Excise Management Act, CMA, Cap C45, LFN 2024. However, as Kanu established, CEMA itself is repealed alongside the Terrorism Prevention Amendment Act 2013, which underpinned counts 1, 2, 3, 4 of the Terrorism Prevention and Prohibition Act 2022 via Section 97. This dual repeal obliterates any statutory foundation for the charge. The commentators' reliance on the notion that Kanu must now face the prosecution's evidence over principle on a non-existent or repealed law is a nullity from inception. Section 36(12) of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, CFRN 1999, a non-derogable rights under Section 45(1) CFRN mandates be defined and penalized in a written law. Whereas as here, the cited law, Criminal Code Act, CEMA and TPAA 2013 are either non-existent or repealed. Are you getting the point? Now, no charge exists to sustain a trial. The overruling of Kanu's no-case submission by Justice Omotosho, if it failed to address this repeal, evidenced by the court and prosecution's continued reliance on defunct statutes, what a mess, stands as a judicial act, coram non judice, void ab initio. Precedents such as AOKO versus Fabemi 1961, 1, or NLR 400 and FRN versus Ifegu 2003, 15 NWRN parts 842 brackets, that proceedings founded on such a basis collapse entirely, irrespective of subsequent steps like no case ruling. Ilebihe's confusion stems from a mischaracterization of Kanu's strategy as a risky gamble tied to prosecution's burdens of proof. Kanu's refusal to open a defense is not an admission of guilt, nor a concession to the prosecution's evidence. It is a deliberate refusal to legitimize a void process. Federal government versus Fanekayode 2010, 14 NWLR, bracket PT 1214, 481, holds that a trial without a valid charge is a nullity, regardless of plea or defense. By challenging the charge validity, Kanu has invoked a higher legal truth. If no charge exists, the court cannot proceed to assess evidence, for there is no legal framework to evaluate. The prosecution's evidence, on challenge or not, remains irrelevant when the charge itself is a legal fiction. The assertion that Kanu's approach leaves the prosecution's evidence deemed as unchallenged misapplies the law. Cross-examination as conducted tests the prosecution's case, but the deeper issue raised through Kanu's oral address is that the charge non-existence, the court's duty under section 122, bracket 1, bracket 2, bracket A, bracket C of the Evidence Act 2011 to take judicial notice of repeal laws, as affirmed in Federal Government of Nigeria versus Kanu at page 30, was evidently neglected by Justice Omotosho, rendering no case rulings a nullity. This is not a matter anthology. No charge, no trial. I told you that this man formed blind. He is towing the same paths of Binta Nyako, because Binta Nyako, whenever her attention is called on issues that has to do with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, she pretended as if she does not understand what you are talking about. This injustice, James Omotosho, is also doing the same thing. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is pointing at something, a law that does not exist, in which they used to charge him, and you want to use the same law to try him. Under which legal framework, under which legal pronouncement on a repealed law? Lawyers are claiming ignorance of this truth. You say you're a lawyer, you went to school, study the law, and when something like this came, you cannot apply your experience to understand what is supposed to happen. And you are here forming, you are confused, trying to. Anyways, let me continue. The commentators lament about Kanu's advisors or motivation betrays a lack of legal acumen. I told you, Kanu's strategy, whether self-directed or counsel, aligns with the constitutional imperative of Section 36, bracket 12, CFRN, and the Supreme Court's own findings, flawed through its remittal to a repealed CEMA, may be the risk the risk lies not in Kanu's stand, but in the court and the prosecution's persistence with a charge that the law has rendered extinct. The commentator's failure to grasp this fundamental flaw evidence by his focus on events rather than the charge's legal existence underscores a troubling ignorance of the case core issues. In conclusion, Kanu's challenge to the absence of a valid charge is not confusion. It is a clarion call to constitutional integrity. The no case rulings validity is suspect, tainted by the court's apparent disregard for repealed laws, a defect that voids all subsequent proceedings. The commentator's analysis sadly reflects a legal misstep rather than Kanu's strategy. If justice is to prevail, this honorable court must revisit the charges foundation or risk perpetuating a trial that is deep only in legal shadow. Hashtag Freeman. I have given you this article written by someone, and it explains the whole details about what transpired today in court. And the truth must be said at all times. And what is the truth? The truth is that under no circumstances shall Mazi Nnamdi Kanu be tried under a deadlock. That is not it. That is not going to happen. It is an abomination for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to shut his mind their wives, which is the judiciary, use a deadlock to judge him. It does not matter the defense you want him to put or the defense he has. The problem is this: the foundation, when the foundation is wrong, what can the righteous do? The foundation is wrong all from the beginning. From the inception of this case, it has always been a lie. Nothing is as they tend to be, to be presented to us. The Nigerian government, led by a Riba president, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, being prosecuted by a Riba prosecution, being judged by a Riba judge, and the rest of them cannot shut his mouth and watch his enemies walk over him without a fight. Never. There is no case here You have to solve that, and after you finish solving the repeal issue, there's another one that is waiting for you, which is the extraordinary rendition. I've said this thing before, and so many people have come out to call Nigerian government to let Mazi Nnamdi Kanu go. Appeal Court looked into all these things, and they saw that there is no way this case can go forward further. Appeal Court mandated, ruled, and command that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu be released and set free. You cannot convict a man who did not commit any crime. You cannot use law of 1934 in 2025. It's not possible. Because it is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because he's Igbo. You want to do everything possible to resurrect a dead law. So you could use it to pin him. So you could use it to nail him. This is wickedness. This is evil. Yariba are evil. And to make the matter worse, some Yariba people are there applauding their kinsmen. We continue to call for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We continue to ask the Nigerian government to toe the path of dialogue. The only thing that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and IPOB are asking for is referendum. There is no time that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and IPOB took up arms against Nigerian government. No country of the world designates IPOB as a terrorist group. IPOB is only a terrorist group in Nigeria. The rest of the world sees IPOB as a legitimate organization, worthy and rightfully so, to chase their political belief. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a freedom fighter. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a prisoner to be sorted out politically, not in court. Hence, we continue to call on Nigerian government to toe the path of peace, toe the path of reconciliation. Call Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, stop persecuting him. That will not change anything. It will not make you it right. Going to resurrect a dead law will still not change the situation of things. It will not still change the fact that he is innocent. He only exercised his right, fundamental human right, a right given to him by Chukwu. All man must exercise their God-given right. The Constitution of Nigeria itself gave him rights for self-determination. So why are you persecuting him? Why? Why are you trying to resurrect a dead law? Because you want to convict an innocent man. What did he do? Why do you want him dead? By all means. We continue to call on the government of Nigeria and those who care to listen that there is nothing you can gain from this shenanigan. You cannot win. You can never win. It is not possible. There is no case here. There is no case here. The only thing to do is to let Mazi Nnamdi Kanu go. Also, I am also very pleased to announce to Biafrans that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's legal counsel, Barrister Lloyd Mako, has been released alongside Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's younger brother and Shore, 3 of them, and the rest of the people, other people who were illegally arrested, abducted on the day of Free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's protest. All of them have been released. And this is how the Nigerian government goes about wasting taxpayers' money, goes about intimidating peace-loving people. After doing all these things, you can never get anything out of it. Everybody have rights to exercise. Everyone have rights of protest. Everybody have right of association. So you cannot use intimidation or police arrest to stop it. You continue to go and arrest people, shoot at people, dislodge protesters, and so on and so forth. The truth remains that they will still come out and come back tomorrow. So instead of you going about doing all, you listen to them and try to reach out to the path of peace. This is exactly what you did during the NSAS that made you to buy innocent people. It's a pity. This is the country that so many people want us to be part of. It's not possible. You cannot be part of something that is killing you. No. You can't be part of something that is not giving you peace. So Nigeria is killing us. Nigeria is taking away our peace. Hence, we ask that we may have the opportunity to make a decision as human beings. Even in marriage, when husband and wife could no more work together, they decide to part their ways. It is called divorce. Why are you forcing yourself on people you hate so much? Why are you insisting that the people you hate so much must be part of you? Why? Are they your slaves? The answer is no. We are nobody's slaves. We are Ndi Igbo. We are born free people. And we must live as a free people from now until the days could not go further. There's nothing you can do about it. You must listen to us. We are human beings. You must give us your listening ears. We are human beings. It doesn't matter how many people you may intimidate, disappear, even end up taking their lives. The truth is that people must always come to ask questions. So my advice to those Nigerian government is for them to toe the path of peace. Listen to many men. That is the right thing to do. At this point, we have come to the end of this program, and I thank you for listening. I thank you for being part of this program. I pray that Chukwu Kabema will bless, protect, and guide you. I pray that whatever you ask for shall be given to you. Until I come your way again, dear friends, from me, from here, good night.